Welcome to NOLA Gent. Let the good times roll.
Happy Mardi Gras. I'm coming to you here in Nashville from the Johnny Cash room at my Airbnb. So, definitely when you're not in New Orleans for Mardi Gras, you do know what it is to miss New Orleans. So, for all the folks out there that are from New Orleans or visited New Orleans for Mardi Gras during carnival season and had a good time, but you're not there today, I'm right there with you. We all know what it is to miss New Orleans.
So you're probably curious how I ended up in Nashville during Mardi Gras. Well, I had to go out of town to Nashville to do a little work, and I found a nice Airbnb in the Midtown Nashville area, which I had visited many times before and have really enjoyed that area of town. So the Airbnb was also advertised as being one of Johnny Cash's old pads, so that alone was worth the price of admission to me. So apparently this was Johnny Cash's old pad here, according to my Airbnb host. So let's look at it. So we're going to walk up to the front door here. These are some nice, narrow, old glass doors. And some steps we need to go climb up here. And they are a little narrow and creaky, but that just adds a little ambiance, right? And the room is on the 3rd floor, which is the very top of this building. So that should at least give us a pretty interesting view of the surrounding neighborhood. And at least they have a fire extinguisher. That's always a good safety measure. And into the room. And they actually crammed 3 bedrooms into the place. So I've got lots of extra space to spread out, and I've got 3 beds to choose from. So there's a nice little kitchen area in here. They fit quite a bit of decent kitchen space in this spot. Nice little refrigerator. And look at here, they left me a couple of beers. Bud Light for the win. There's a little back door here that goes down the back stairs. I can see through the crack, but I'm not going to go through there. Let's go back to the front. And have a few nice decorations on the wall, and we'll check out this little area all in here. And let's go look back in this bathroom. This is probably the roughest area that needs the most attention for a little fix-it-up time. And just take a quick look out the window to see the view. And there we go. Everything looks ship-shape from here.
Just a couple of issues in the bathroom. So if we see the sink here, it needs a good declogging, maybe a little Drano to help the sink drain a little better here, because it does fill up very fast. So then it will clog and take a while to drain. And then we have our shower. So good water pressure for the regular faucet, but when we turn on the shower, we have a tiny little dribble that comes out. This might be some of the lowest water pressure I've ever seen. And then also, if you look really closely at the faucet, there is a stream of water that comes out. That's probably not good for the long-term back wall where it's going to leak into. So other than that, a great place to stay.
So now being comfortably headquartered in my Airbnb, I needed to figure out what I was going to do for Mardi Gras time in Nashville. Fortunately, I was experienced with using the Nashville Guru website, And a big shout out to those guys. They do a fantastic website that has lots of great information. It has all the events, the top happy hours for each day. Look below for a link to their very amazing website. I wish every city had a website as great as theirs, but unfortunately, most places don't. So definitely check them out. So looking on the listings for the events, it seems that there were a respectable number of Mardi Gras type events that happened previously to Mardi Gras. Apparently the weekend before, a lot of good events had already happened. But for the actual Mardi Gras day, we were pretty limited in what was available. So as I looked and I decided on Acme, because Acme I'd been to before and also thought it was always a good time. So going to Acme, that's where I started my night out. Of course, my adventure getting to Acme was much longer than I expected. My Lyft driver did have quite numerous delays that took a usually quick 5-minute trip, about 20 minutes to be completed. But on arriving, I was a little concerned when the streets looked quite deserted on Broadway, since Broadway is Nashville's main downtown party area and their equivalent of Bourbon Street. So, not much going on, it looked like. So I walked on inside Acme and looked around, and there were a few folks in there, and they had a little bit of Mardi Gras decoration going on, but I was going to go check up the upstairs too because I really like the top rooftop bar. It was a cold night out, so there were not a lot of people up on the top patio, but you can never beat the view here in Nashville, as it really gives you a fantastic view of the riverfront. So definitely this is a place to check out when you're in town. So I finished appreciating the view and headed back downstairs to see if the party had gotten started. Well now, indeed, some fun and games had started. So I'm a little excited now that maybe there is a little carnival spirit around the town tonight. So let's see what happens. Wait, hold on a minute. That looks like a Dirty Bird Atlanta Falcons jersey. What's going on? You can't have a New Orleans band with a Falcons fan in it. That's a well-known fact. What's going on here? Only the Saints are acceptable in this sort of situation. Something is way off. Time for me to get out of here and go to a real New Orleans place. Broadway was still looking bright and pretty, but very lonely and deserted. So, we're going to be leaving to go to a Louisiana-owned bar, the Villager Tavern. Well, this looks a little bit more excitable. We head in. They certainly seem to have a little bit more of a typical carnival experience going on in here. There's a lot more people here than there were at Acme, and the folks are having a lot more fun, it looks like. So I've been to this bar a few times before and know that folks from Louisiana own it, so I'd already been expecting there would be some sort of a fun celebration here. There were a surprising number of people playing darts in the back. And up in the front, it seems a lot of folks are paying attention to the local hockey team, the Predators. So there's a lot of stuff going on here. Well, I'm beginning to get a little tired and sleepy and bleary-eyed, and I've got to wake up early to check out and drive down to Chattanooga tomorrow. So I do need a little food before I go to bed, though. And that means it's time for one of my favorite late night haunts of Cafe Coco, where they have some good food and good times pretty late into the evening for Nashville. It's also got rather cold since the night has started. And the patio's totally deserted. But let's go on inside because it looks a lot warmer inside than outside. And plenty of delicious food already on display. And now the part of making a decision on what to eat. The desserts do look tempting, and it is still carnival season. It is time to give in to some of this, or what to get. And it's a big, juicy, delicious cheeseburger for the win. However, I can't keep it together, so it's obviously time for me to go home now. So, back to the headquarters of the Johnny Cash Room, and I'll be signing off. Overall, a decent Mardi Gras for Nashville. It's not fair to compare any of that to the Louisiana and New Orleans Mardi Gras Day, so fun was had by all in the end. If you would like to follow me on Yelp, I have thousands of pictures and reviews on there. You can also follow me on Instagram for more photos. And please like this video and subscribe to the NOLA Gent channel. We would also love it if you would help us out on Patreon and help the channel continue to have more content produced. Thank you very much.